Hi, Coachella Valley, and welcome to your small business headquarters. I'm your host, Katie Stice, CEO at the Rancho Mirage Chamber of Commerce. And today we have an incredible member to introduce you to, and he's going to be talking about scholarships. He has scholarships available with the Dr. Carreón Foundation for folks, and I believe the deadline is coming up a little bit later this year. So stay tuned. If you have questions, please feel free to put them. We'll try to ask them live. And if not, we will go back to where this is posting and get the information right to you. But let's get started and welcome in our guest today. You all know him. Everybody knows Ricardo Loretta because he's a Rotarian. He's very involved in the community. And Ricardo is also executive director at the Dr. Carreón Foundation. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Katie. It's good to be with you again.
Absolutely. Happy to have you as always. And I was really excited to have you on because you were talking about scholarships and how you want folks to apply. And so this is such a great opportunity to share who can apply, a little bit more about the foundation, and a little bit more about yourself as well. So where do you want to start?
Well, I'll tell you that my background suits me perfectly for this particular role because I was raised in old Mexico in a little mining town that had no Americans in it except for my mother and father and my brothers and sisters. And so Spanish and Mexican youth were all part of my life. They were my life until it was time to go to Mexico City when I was approaching my teen years. And so the ability to be able to help youth of Mexican origin with their dreams of a college education, to me, is priceless. And that's where we can start the discussion. The Dr. Carreon Foundation has a very interesting background. I can quickly tell you what that is, and then perhaps more importantly, what we're doing right now.
Yes. That would be great. And, you know, it is a perfect fit. And what you've done at the foundation since you've been there is really remarkable. And I know we'll get into some of those numbers and what we can do as far as scholarships go as well. But yeah, fill us in a little bit on the foundation itself.
Well, the foundation started exactly 30 years ago in 1991, just before Reynaldo J. Carreon, an ophthalmologist here in the Coachella Valley, passed on. He had left a certain amount of money and said, I would like this to be used to help youth of Mexican American origin fulfill their dreams for a good future through education. And over the years, we've been able to generate $1.7 million of scholarships, and in terms of the number of awards, that's over 700 scholarships that have been issued. These scholarships are not just for seniors in high school going into college for the first time. They can also be for in-college students who are pursuing the continuation of their college program as sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And they can be for students from any high school in the Coachella Valley or Blythe. We added Blythe because it seemed to us it was an underserved area about 3 or 4 years ago, and they have some very good candidates for scholarships out there. So we have a board of directors that is very active. It consists of leaders in the community, and we're very happy that under our stewardship in the last 5 years, we've not only grown the amount of business that we do, that is the number of scholarships we grant, but also the corpus or the principle of our foundation has grown considerably, almost doubled, thanks to some very nice gifting that we received from an estate donation in Seattle, Washington, believe it or not.
Wow. Congratulations.
We
I think A lot of that has to do with your leadership as well. You've done a phenomenal job of bringing up the awareness in the community, and your passion for it is evident and it's contagious. So it really makes all of those folks around you want to give and want to help see this mission and this purpose through. So we thank you for that. You do a phenomenal job.
Well, thanks. But it takes a team. I mean, this is not a one-person effort. So we need to make sure that we recognize that the team includes not just our board of directors, who are extremely valuable to us, but also the partners that we have, like One Future Coachella Valley, that has been a real leader in the Coachella Valley in terms of aggregating scholarship grantors into a team and making sure that we have some commonality of standards and practices. And that's been a big help to all of us. But also there's people like Rotary. You're a Rotarian, I'm a Rotarian. Our Rotary clubs are very active with us in terms of partnering, and so are many other organizations and individuals. So if anything, what I'm most happy about, in addition to making more kids fulfill their dreams, is the fact that this is now a community effort like we've never had before. And not just the effort of a lone foundation out there trying to do its thing. We've really gotten what I call synergy going, because you do have a team that continues to evolve.
Very much so. And let's get into, who can apply. I know I wrote down a few steps to put here on the screen for folks, and I'd also like for you to talk about the deadline. But the first thing is that folks need to be enrolled as a full-time student, and as you said, that can be either in high school or in college, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And as far as the location, it can be Coachella Valley or the Blythe area.
That's right. And
Okay.
that's something that the good Dr. Carreon himself stipulated when he established the foundation.
And the next is have an earned 3.0 all 4 years of high school work completed.
Yeah, I mean, we are somewhat forgiving and flexible on that. If somebody has a 2.8, 2.9, actually, for people that are going into a 2-year community college first, that number is 2.5. So the 3.0 would apply more for those who are going to a 4-year university. And and by the way, it isn't so much that the higher your grade point average is, the better chance you have of getting a scholarship. Not with us. If you have the grade point average and you meet some of these other qualifications, then it's a combination of things that results in the decision in your favor to get the scholarship. We'll be looking at a couple of the other things that are very important here. I think you want number 3. Yeah, be a leader in showing good citizenship. We want people who are interested in more than just academics, so that if you participate in, say, Interact, which is a Rotary program in high schools, if you participate in your church, if you have a job, which many of our students need in order to help with family finances, especially in these tough times. If you have a job, that is helpful. And if you are involved with the band or with theater or with sports, we want to recognize those activities as well. And as far as financial aid is concerned, most of our applicants don't have any trouble meeting that because of the cost of college these days, which is quite high.
Very much so. And the last is be of Mexican, Hispanic ancestry, which of course goes back to the mission and Dr. Carreon himself.
Yeah, he was a very interesting person who was born in San Antonio, of Mexican parents. And then he made his way to Los Angeles and got a job in an optical shop and went to school and became a very successful ophthalmologist. And then came out here, and he was successful. He bought land, but a giving person. He set up endowments in 3 other universities in Southern California. He actually started Indio Community Hospital over in Indio, and that became JFK. And this was on land that he donated. There's a park over there that is called the Carreon Park. There's Carreon Middle School Academy. There is the Fountain of Knowledge at COD that he donated $105,000 towards almost 40 years ago. So here's a man who was really a Renaissance man, but he was a giving person, mostly concerned with educating youth.
Yes, which, it's incredible to watch his gifts in the community continue to evolve and continue to give, such as what you were just saying with the foundation and how much that scholarship fund has grown. And how many scholarships did you give out last year? Was it 63, you said?
Last year we were up to 63, which was a record.
Congratulations.
And last year was last year. I don't need to tell you about last year, 2020, a tough year.
Right. It was.
This year we are budgeting for 75, and I'm certainly going to do my part to make sure that we make it.
Well, last question, Ricardo. Why do you do what you do? I mean, you're so involved in the community, being a Rotarian and district governor for 2 times over, I want to say, for Rotary, Dr. Carreón Foundation. Why do you do what you do?
My golf game was getting worse. And I certainly am a chip off the old block. My father continued doing things in his later years, you might say, and my brothers and I and my sisters seem to be headed down that same path. I don't know. I think it's in our genes to try and help people. That's what we're doing, and it's somewhat selfish because we get a lot of satisfaction from seeing these, especially youth, develop and sprout their wings and do well. What I wanted to indicate is that this is a good time to apply. This is a great time to apply, even though our scholarship portal does not open until February 1st, which is next Monday, for the submission of scholarships. It is open for the opening of your application. So a student can go in and start their application, and 90% of it they already know. They know their name, they know their address, they know what many of the items are that are requested in the application. So why not get started? And the most important thing will be an essay that tells us what is it that you want to do with the scholarship you receive and the education you're going to get. Tell us about your aspirations, and as opposed to telling us about all the hardships you've had to get here thus far, we want to really know what it is that you think you can and will do if we are successful in working with you on a scholarship.
Perfect. So it opens February 1st. And when is the deadline? When does that application process close?
Good question. It's March 31st. And then we will take time in April to evaluate the applications. Last year, we had a record number, almost double what we usually had. We had over 500 applications for 60 scholarships, so that you can see that it's fairly competitive. And this year we will probably have in the same neighborhood, I would guess. So the sooner you get them in, the sooner your application gets evaluated.
Mhm.
And to a certain extent, the better chance you're going to have, uh, especially compared to anybody who decides to wait till the last minute and then might miss out because they can't access their transcripts or whatever else
That's
might be
right.
missing. So it's better to do it earlier than later.
Great. Well, the for all of you watching, scrolling below is the website. All of the information about the organization, how to apply, the qualifications, which we covered here, and of course, how to contact Executive Director Ricardo Loretta as well. Ricardo, thank you so much for coming on today and sharing this incredible opportunity with our community. I hope you get a ton of really great applications. And thank you again for helping to educate our community and continuing the legacy of Dr. Carreón Foundation. It is incredible.
Yeah, thank you, Katie. You're doing a great job too.
Oh, you're kind. It's fun to get on the phone with you every once in a while and talk politics and what's happening and where we think we're going to be. And promise that you'll come back and keep us updated on the scholarship program and stay in touch and continue to do a great job.
Yeah, we sure will. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
And thanks for joining us today on Your Small Business Headquarters. We bring local business information, nonprofit information, as you just saw, scholarship information right to you. And the mugshot today is brought to you by Nothing Bundt Cakes. You've all been there. You love it. Actually, you have some vegetables in there, though, that I'm snacking on, and not tea today. Thanks again for tuning in. Be well. Take care of yourselves and each other. If there's a way that I can help you professionally, help your business or nonprofit, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. And lastly, if you are an intern, know of an intern that wants to come and help work in a business environment with me, with Dawn, right here at the chamber, please let us know. We're looking for supporters and interns now. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. Thanks.